So this has just come up. It was the tiniest little squeak, would you believe? George III cartwheel penny down there. It was probably about 8 inches down, so I'm assuming it was on its edge like that, because it was making such a tiny squeak. Even when I dug the hole and I filled a little bit back in, the high tone was really quiet. And I'm on sensitive ST, and I'm using the multi-program 3 dual react, which I seem to like at the moment. I'm getting the high tone in my left ear and anything low tones in my right ear, but that's brilliant. And I've just had a George III or George II toasted coin back there, but that's brilliant. I'm not sure what this is. I've got kind of an idea. It might be the top of a old fence. I'm quite close to a graveyard up there, and they've replaced the fence at some point. I wonder if this is part of the old fence. Something a bit different. So, little orange boy George VI just popped up. Getting tiny little signal. I don't normally look at the numbers, as you know, but I did on this because I'm still learning this multi-processing, and this little 2 shilling popped up. Again, I don't think I've got a 2 shilling, that's lovely. But when I did look at the numbers, it was in the 70s, so I was fairly confident it was going to be a coin. I thought it'd be like a 2p though, but they must have reduced the silver content of these coins for old George VI, bless him. Well, this just rang up nicely, excuse the pun. Bit of an old bell, looks like an old handbell or something with a bit of gold gilding on there. Gilding or gilt? Given where I'm about 200 yards from a church, be one of their handbells or something, but yeah, that's lovely. Shame it's not intact. This just came up as well in another hole where another piece of the bell just came up from. It's very squished. Looks like an American type car. I'll try and clean it up when I get home. Maybe a Matchbox, something like that. Matchbox car model. But yeah, that's cool. Look at this little beauty. I just went back to the car and had another cup of tea. And I swapped over to the Manticore because it sat in the car sulking. And got a very wispy 73 on there now, that's probably right. Hang on a minute. 22, but it was 16 in the ground. And that's a beautiful little casket key, I think. How cute is that? Well, this got me excited. I saw that in the clod, thinking I'd found some sort of Celtic coin, but flipped it over and it's a button. It's quite an old button, but yes, got the old ticker going. So I'm just having a quick cup of tea whilst my hands warm up a little bit. Not too bad a day really, picked up some junk, but got this lovely cartwheel penny, George III, George VI, 2 shillings, which I don't think I've ever found before. I don't know how you can clean these up because they go this horrible orangey colour from what they used to be like silver. I think that's another either George III or George II penny or 2 pence. This horse harnessy thing with a live round, brass wheel, parts of this broken bell, a chunk of lead. First horseshoe I've found for, oh my gosh, probably a year I'd say. This lovely knife, which sadly I broke cutting through there. This few buttons, toy car. This is my favourite thing, this little casket key. How lovely is that? I'm going to do a bit of research on that, sort of try and find the age. But yeah, it's lovely. Right, thanks for watching. So I've stuck the bits, well not stuck them, put them together. So I've got the whole circumference of the bottom part of the bell. Shame all the top's missing really. Looks like an old school bell or something like that.